for some of the Americans who are out of work and who are, looking at those stimulus checks coming and they see that it's just $1,200, will there be more work to have those reoccurring for however long this goes on?
Well, I just sent a letter yesterday with a couple of my colleagues, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Rashida Tlaib. We sent a letter to our colleagues proposing that the next package include another round of that stimulus payment to people. Obviously, if you're thrown out of work and your family has no other income coming in, then a $1,200 payment is only going to take you so far. So I think that, yes, that's very much on the agenda. We'll see. I mean, remember, there's a tug of war between the House and the Senate. We didn't talk about the part that the Senate really wanted, which was a $500 billion slush fund for the president to hand out to large corporations, to big businesses, with as few strings attached as possible. There was no way we were going to get this legislation through without them getting that, because that was just like we were committed to unemployment insurance and to the money going to small businesses and to the healthcare sector. They wanted this money to bail out the airline industry and the cruise industry and the hotels and so on, which isn't necessarily a bad idea as long as the purpose of it is to maintain the workforce and to help keep the businesses going and people employed. We don't want something like what took place in 2008 after the mortgage meltdown crisis, where this money went to corporate dividends and buybacks of stock from the shareholders and bloated bonuses for the CEOs and so on. So we were able to at least attach those restrictions. No corporate dividends could be paid for this way, no buybacks of stock, no bloated bonuses and so on. And we have an inspector general that we've appointed within the Treasury Department just to look at this, and then a congressional oversight panel. Already the president, in his signing statement, rather than talking about any of the other stuff, the unemployment insurance and the money to the hospitals and healthcare providers and PPEs, what he wanted to talk about was, in his signing statement, was that he said that Congress had overstepped its bounds and he did not accept that this oversight panel would report to Congress without going through him, and that he would be the one who would be doing the oversight over this money given away. We got an amendment attached which prevents any money going to any of the president's own businesses, as well as to any businesses belonging to a member of Congress. So that's good, but this is not ideal, and it's not the way we would have chosen to proceed, but this is bicameralism. We've got a House and we've got a Senate, and we've got different parties in control of each one, and we just have different public philosophies about the role of government, and those philosophies are in a glaring spotlight right now because of the crisis. The whole country's watching, the whole world is watching how we spend this money and what we do.